everybody, and welcome to the Eclectic Knitter podcast. My name, of course, is Raylene, aka Come On and Knits on Ravelry. You can find show notes for this episode at theeclecticknitter.com. I'm also Come On and Knits on Instagram, although I don't post that much. You can find our episodes are uploaded to YouTube, to iTunes, and then they can be found directly on the blog, of course. It is September 15th, 2017. It's really sunny outside. So I have closed the blinds in front of me. And I'm going to try not to do that so there's not so much glare on my glasses because I can't pull my blinds all the way down, so there is a little bit. So I've put like a book propped up to block some of it because it was like shining right out down on my monitor. Like the bottom of my monitor where it sits on the table, and that's really shiny and it was reflecting super bad. So hopefully this works, but the lighting looks good, and if I don't look down too much, then we won't get any reflection. It was also, when it was there, I actually put paper there, and then the shadows made it look like I had really like the shadows on my glasses, like I had wicked eyebrows. And I don't normally have eyebrows, so maybe I should have left it so it looks like I have eyebrows for once. Anyway, this is episode 70. If you have been here before, welcome back. If you have never watched before, then welcome here. It has gotten really cold in Saskatoon where I live. Like it was +1 Celsius last night. Like almost freezing. So yeah, it's very nice. I was very excited on Tuesday when it was only supposed to be +13 on Wednesday, and I could wear like jeans and a blazer and like actual socks. I can wear socks again. How exciting is that, since all I knit is practically socks? So yeah, there's that. We will do finish objects, whips, knitted finish objects, no spinning finish objects, whips. And I think that's it. I don't have anything else pulled. So, yeah, that'll be it. So let's get going. Finish objects. I finished a pair of socks. These are my frost socks. They are Afterthought heel. This is from Knitterly Things Vesper. This is their thick socks, 75/25. I knit these on 1.5 mil or US 1.5 needles, which is I think it's a 2.5 millimeter. They are done. They are lovely. I really enjoyed this colorway. This is the Frost colorway. This was the December 2015 club colorway, and I haven't seen it up on the shop since, although they did recently bring back the October 2015 colorway as one of their Halloween colorways this year, which I knit up shortly after I got it. So they may release this again. I really liked it. Still really like it. I am going to be knitting my niece a pair of tube socks out of the leftovers of this, so which I haven't cast on yet, but I did split the leftovers into 2 little mini balls to do that with. So that's finished. I'm going to say these are finished, but they're not quite. I was going to finish them. They're in my show notes as a finished object. These are my Grinch socks. Well, the Christmas Grouch by the Yarn Jar Shop. I have one with a heel. I have one, and I have picked up and knit a few rounds and started decreasing for the heel. And I sat down on the couch to finish this up before I came to record. I didn't feel like it. So I decided to record with this heel still not done, but it will be done. And then they will be a finished object, and I may not show it again. And there are flies in the apartment, and the dog keeps eating them. I'm okay with that. So this will be done, and you may not see it again. The frost socks I have already entered into the Scrumptious Pearl no, not Scrumptious Pearl. Stranded Dye Works. The Stranded Dye Works Festive Cal, and these will be entered into that as well. And then I've pulled out, I showed last time, a bunch of my other Christmas colorways that I pulled from my stash, and I've wound off 2 of those, and I'm going to start those soon, hopefully. I wish Cyrus was here, although then he'd be jumping around and being a jackass. So the third finish object that I have is I finished my flax sweater. This is by Tin Can Knits. This is a top-down raglan sweater. I will back up. I was actually thinking about wearing this today, and then I just didn't. It has been washed and blocked, and I got the width out of it that I wanted. I redid the sleeves. I was almost done the one sleeve last time, and I talked about this a little bit, about how I knit the 58-inch chest size. Maybe I'll put this on. One sec. I can pause. Okay, so this is it on, and I'll stand up, I suppose, and show it. I really like the length. It fits. Actually fits really nicely. Now, the sleeves are a little bit too long. You can't even see that. And that's on both sides. This one's, I guess, a little bit longer than this. I don't really care. Sorry, I'm going to be wearing this sweater the rest of the time. Okay. I did change the sleeves. I did not finish the sleeves. And I talked about this last time about how the 58-inch chest size, the sleeves at the end have like 14-inch circumference or something. And my wrists are only like 6 3/4 inches around. So what I did with the sleeve that I had almost completely knit, I picked a spot, like I put it on, and it was still about here, and it was like this big. I had like a good probably 2 inches extra, if not more. So I marked a spot on there where I wanted to pull it back to. And that was at 71 stitches, which I think is about here. And then I searched, I've used this before, but if you search online, knitted sleeve decrease calculator, you put in your row gauge, your starting stitches, your ending stitch count, which I wanted to be, I decreased to 41 and then decreased to 40 for the ribbing on both sleeves. Which is, you can see, like the ribbing pulls in nicely, but it does have stretch to it. But the ribbing, like they feel nice. So I did that before I even finished because I did not want to deal with ripping them back. And I knew I probably wouldn't. I just wouldn't wear the sweater. So I sucked it up and I basically reknit half the sleeve and then knit the whole sleeve. And it turned out well. This is the first time I've worn it for any specific length of time, and I can feel already like there's a little bit too much fabric right in here. But that's okay. So this is out of Madeline Tosh Vintage in the Steam Age colorway. I had 10 skeins and I had short skeins, so they only had 190 yards as opposed to 200 yards. And I finished this doing it maybe an inch shorter in the body, and then the sleeves are shorter and have different decreases, so my final circumference is quite a bit smaller. I barely broke into the 9th skein because I was alternating skeins the whole way, and I finished both sleeves. The second sleeve I got till about here, and then I added in the 9th skein and did that every 2 rows and then didn't touch the 10th. I had wound the 10th because alternating. So I think I used like 1600 yards instead of the 1800 that it calls for in the pattern. And I don't feel like I made that many adjustments. Like I didn't really go that much shorter on the body. And I feel like I went slightly longer on the ribbing on the sleeve. I don't know. Whatever. I really like this. Yeah, I can see it's puckering here almost when I, okay, anyway. So yeah, that is Big Finish object. This is like one of the first, well, I have a pullover, the Anchor sweater that I did by Cicely Gawick McDonald a number of years ago. But it's knit from the bottom up, and I added too many stitches at the bottom to make it slightly larger, and it's like super wavy. I don't know, it just feels weird, so I don't wear it. So the other whip that I have, I'm still working on the Bounce blanket, also by Tin Can Knits. It's a Tin Can Knits week. Last time I had just started the gray stripe right here, this gray stripe right above the yellow. And so I've done, that gray stripe was the last color in the first color repeat. So I finished the first color repeat and have done 2 full repeats, or 2 full stripes for the next color repeat. This is for my nephew who is to be born at the end of November, or end of October. And I'm really enjoying it. I just, with the socks and finishing the sweater, I just didn't work on it that much, but it's going to get worked on a lot this week. I have not cast anything new on. I haven't even cast on a new sock yet. I was desperate to get this done and wanted to get both of those socks done for the cowl. And so I have been knitting a little bit on the blanket, but now I want to get that done. I want to give it to them at Thanksgiving, and Canadian Thanksgiving is October 9th. So I have less than a month. I think I leave to visit for Thanksgiving in 3 weeks. So I have 3 weeks to finish this, and I wanted to do 4 full color repeats, and then I need to block it as well and let it dry. So that's going to get a lot of my focus. I am trying not to cast anything on. I have wound some yarn. I'm going to be doing a worsted boxy. Madeline Tosh is having their fall sweater cowl. Hohi Locatelli is also doing her fall sweater cowl. I think both of those go till the end of November. So I'm going to be doing a worsted boxy and Madeline Tosh Pashmina worsted in the Clap Your Hands speckle. So I've wound 2 skeins of that. I need to do a swatch. And then, what else? I want to knit a circular pie shawl for my mom out of Wool Miza, one of a kind colorway that I picked up. It's a denim-y blue. And that I want done for her birthday, which is December 1st. So I have to get that going. But the baby blanket really comes first. So that's all I have. This may be a really short episode. I'm only at like 14 minutes. That's okay. So, I wanted to talk about, sure, we'll talk about this. I placed a yarn order from Sinister Yarns. This is her sock blank. It's a single-stranded in the Love Song colorway. She sets them out, or sends them out wrapped up like this. This is what it looks like. She is closed right now until I think November. And I also got some mini skeins from her, but I'm hoping to knit up some of my sock blanks. This is really pretty. I really like it. I really liked it online. I really like it in person. Maybe I can roll it up even remotely as nicely as it was rolled up. Yeah, right. Oh, there goes the tag. What have I been reading? Nothing that I'm willing to admit to. Um, yeah, that's, I think, about all. Work's been busy. I'm taking classes now through BCIT for web development. And that's the first class. There's 2 prerequisite classes that you have to finish before you can take any of the other ones. And after that, it looks like you can register for any of the 3rd level classes that you want, as many as you want. They don't, like, the only prerequisites for the remaining classes of the 14 class certificate is those first 2. So I'm registered for the first one. The second one starts in the middle of October and goes for a month and a half or so. So I have assignments due already. On Tuesday I have an assignment due for that. So it's schoolwork, yo. I love school. It's pathetic, but I love school. So the reason why I'm doing a web development course, because I'm a bookkeeper and I work out of my home office, partially out of my home office. And then I work for another lady who's been doing bookkeeping in Saskatoon for like 25 years. And I work for her about 30 hours a week. And then I work at home and I have 2 clients at home. One is a strictly bookkeeping and I do report writing and I also help him do marketing for some of his auctions. And then I have another client where I do all of their customer service, technical support, back end setup for their programming, seasons for registration. It's a nonprofit kids sport facility. They do like group lessons and stuff like that. So I set up all that stuff. So I figured this was one more method of being able to be self-employed. So, you know, just working through that. Hopefully it'll help. Hopefully it'll be good. BCIT is one of the best technical institutes in Canada. They're based in BC, obviously. I think their campus is in Burnaby, but I'm doing distance courses, of course, because the commute from here to BC is like 24 hours. I'm not up for that commute. So, yeah, it's all good. It's been quiet otherwise. Cyrus went to the off-leash park this morning, so he's passed out somewhere in the apartment, probably on the bed or on the floor of the bedroom because I'm in the office, therefore he's somewhere pouting. So I hope you are enjoying what you're working on, and I will see you in a week or so, depending on what kind of progress I've gotten. Bye!